So then, is your channel in a downward spiral? Are you getting less views and less subscribers even though you haven't changed a thing? Yeah, it's happened to us as well. Man, it's frustrating. At the start of every month, through the community tab, I ask everyone to sum up their previous month on YouTube. I had to be honest recently and gave myself a miserable 2 out of 10. October 2021 was a bad month for the vidIQ channel. In fact, October 2021 was the worst month both in terms of views and subscribers for almost 2 years. That's a little embarrassing, isn't it? Especially considering we are a channel that prides itself on creator-obsessed YouTube education. This isn't supposed to happen to us. Now, this is all set within the backdrop of something very special that's about to happen on the channel. We as a community are going to hit an incredible landmark. But to be honest, from a personal perspective, feels like I'm limping over the line a little bit. Now, this does prove what I've been saying all year. Subscribers are not a reliable measure of channel growth. People can smash that subscribe button as much as they want, but if they don't watch subsequent videos, they're not helping out the channel. And I've sensed somewhat of a cooling off on the channel over the last 6 months, but September and October are where things really hit hard. So I think it's clear from the analytics that the channel is in what you might call a recession. But here is the crucial thing. What do we do next? Do we just continue to observe and hope everything turns around? Or do we ask this critical question? Why? And you should be doing more than just watching this video. You should ask how the challenges I am tackling on the vidIQ channel relate to the challenges you need to tackle on your channel. Because by the end of this video, I want us all to have an action plan on what we're going to do next. Well, YouTube does continue to improve the way it tells you what affects your channel through words rather than numbers. And it does highlight here that fewer uploads have led to fewer views. And that sounds like a very logical cause and effect reason, doesn't it? But as a quick side note, YouTube keeps telling us that taking a break will not affect your channel, when clearly for most creators, it does. I think YouTube needs to be a little more clear with this distinction. Yes, I don't believe taking a break penalizes your YouTube channel from a technical point of view, but it sure as hell does affect your YouTube audience. If you are publishing videos and your audience can get similar content from somewhere else, then you may be forgotten while you're taking a break. But let me also stress that I'm not going to tell anybody to keep making videos and just burn themselves out. So yes, fair point YouTube, fewer videos means fewer views, but it always goes a lot deeper than that, doesn't it? And this is the real crux of the issue, traffic sources. What YouTube is saying here is that views from search and external sources have significantly dropped. And perhaps even worse, YouTube isn't recommending our content as much as it used to. Let's tackle search first. As you can see from the middle of summer, there has been a slow and gradual decline in views from these two sources. And there is one very obvious reason for this. Back to school. Now, I don't take this to literally mean that because students have gone back to school, nobody's watching YouTube, but I think it's a catch-all phrase for people, at least in the Northern Hemisphere, getting busy this time of year.
Every September, we get this question a lot. What typically happens in September, and I've shown this chart in a previous video, is viewers' schedules start to change. That's the beginning of the school cycle, and a lot of creators often have steady declines in and around this period, with viewership then starting to spike on the weekends or Saturdays and Sundays.
These seasonal shifts work with us or against us. At the start of every year, we see an increase in viewership because people make resolutions such as starting new YouTube channels. And then there are global events, which, well, change everything. When the global pandemic hit last year and billions of people found themselves stuck at home with nothing to do, many decided to watch YouTube, learn from it, and even start their own channels. From a purely analytical viewpoint, this was a boom period for YouTube education channels. But thankfully, the world is starting to reopen. People can go about their daily lives and be busy once again, which ultimately puts vidIQ, from a search traffic perspective, where we were 2 years ago. So for me, there are 3 learnings there. Yes, as of time of recording, this tends to be a slow period for the channel. And yes, we know that traffic should accelerate at the start of the year, so we should be preparing content right now to meet that search demand. But from a long-term perspective, Do we always want to be slaves to search traffic? Of course you want YouTube recommending your content, be it through browse, suggested, or plonking it at the top of the search results. But it doesn't really mean anything if you burn through those viewers after one video. Which is why I continue to return to this metric, and by extension this number, which is now hidden away somewhat in YouTube's analytics. How do you turn new viewers into return viewers, into sticky viewers, into dedicated supporters, into die-hard fans? Viewer satisfaction. Sadly, there is no viewer satisfaction metric. It's a combination of a great many things that, to YouTube's credit, they have been talking about in their blogs, videos, and educational material all year. YouTube are being very intentional about this. They don't want to talk about a specific metric or a specific benchmark number that you need to reach. They want to encourage you to think of YouTube as a platform for an audience rather than a system that is trying to be hacked. And I know if you're a regular viewer, you've probably heard me say that several times already this year. But I really believe that to be true now, because I am slowly but surely trying to craft vidIQ videos to satisfy you even more. And that starts with watch time and audience view duration. Generally speaking, the more of a video is watched, the more satisfied the viewer is likely to be. For myself, I've set targets that include audience view duration of above 70% after 30 seconds, and higher audience view duration than typical for the video as a whole. I'm also working hard on how to get viewers to keep on watching until the end, and instead of abandoning the video, they go on to watch something else I have suggested from the vidIQ channel. As you can see, I've already made significant progress in these three areas, but I think it's going to take several months and many more videos to prove out whether or not viewers are more satisfied and YouTube is going to recommend this content more. And once I feel I've got a good grasp on these three areas, there's another three I want to focus on. Title, thumbnail, intro. I want to do a lot more planning on those three concepts before I even press record. Now I just seem to wing it. I don't know if you've ever noticed that. Elements of storytelling. While yes, this is YouTube education, Ed Lawrence from Film Booth has proven that you can inject elements of storytelling to keep the viewer engaged whilst also educating creators. I'm a great admirer of his work. And then a hook that you plant in the first third of a video that keeps viewers watching till the end. I want to experiment with that as well. As a creator on YouTube, the learning never stops. And that's because of one simple, irrefutable truth. YouTube never stops learning.
We change the recommendation system and make improvements hundreds of times a year. What we optimize for doesn't typically change. So every time we make an update, we usually get better at predicting what viewers are most likely to watch and enjoy.
So as I said at the very beginning of this video, the reason you may be getting less views and subscribers is because you haven't changed anything. YouTube's recommendation system isn't designed to benefit or penalize any particular channel. But as improvements are made to benefit the viewer, it may mean that your content is less suited because YouTube has found a better alternative for that viewer. What this basically boils down to is that YouTube is getting better at getting people to watch more videos and for longer, which means that we as creators need to get better at what we do. You know what this number is more a reflection of? The fact that we've never given up. We continue to learn so that we can continue to create. We've enjoyed high moments of success along with battling through lows, one of which we're going through right now. But we are relentless. And that's a mindset of pretty much every single successful creator on the YouTube platform. So don't be surprised if by this time next year, the vidIQ channel is an entirely different beast. And if you're still watching this time next year, then I've achieved exactly what I set out to do. I've turned you into a sticky viewer. So let's get back to your failing channel. What is your game plan to stop that from happening? Do let us know in the comments below. And if you want to know how I dramatically increase the click-through rate on my end screens, then do make sure to check out this video over here. #StickyViewer.